February was a month that was a little lighter on variety, but one that saw me able to complete a couple games by the end of it. This was somewhat surprising since February was still fairly busy for us, and it's naturally a shorter month. I'm certainly not complaining about knocking off a couple of games off the backlog, but it wasn't what I expected going into the month. So let's dive in and look at the games that I played in February 2025. This is the second month in a row where I've had 2 fully completed games. These were both story games that I finished and earned the Platinum Trophy on during February. One of these I have been working on for quite some time, while the other was a short story game that I finished pretty quickly. First is Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. I've been working my way through Final Fantasy VIII Remastered for quite a while. Part of the slowness has definitely just been things like holidays and life getting in the way, but the game is also somewhat long and a bit tedious in places. I was able to complete it and platinum the game, and now I get to move on from it and continue working my way through the Final Fantasy series. I will be putting out a review for this in March, so be on the lookout for that if you want to know some more detailed thoughts about the game. All I'll say here is that it's definitely not my favorite Final Fantasy game, but it's not exactly like it's bad either. The second completed game is Evan's Remains. After Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, I moved on to this short story game. Evan's Remains is a puzzle platformer with a decent amount of story for as short of a game as it is. You play a girl who goes to a mysterious island looking for a man named Evan. The puzzles aren't particularly hard and the story keeps you guessing quite a bit. I don't know that I really found the story satisfying, but I didn't think the game was bad either. It just left a bit of mixed feelings about it by the end. This will be another game I'll work to review in March. Regardless, I was pretty happy to earn my 111th platinum with this game. With 2 completions this month, my story category is a little light. I finished my second game pretty close to the end of the month and didn't get a new story game started by the end of February. So that just leaves Stardew Valley on the story list. I didn't quite make it all the way through winter of year 2 this month, but I felt like I came pretty close. I can't really remember anything too exciting from the month happening. I have been working on buying upgrades for my house and have been continuing to expand both my jelly and winemaking capabilities. This means I'm getting a pretty good income stream going on. It's winter, so I don't have a lot of crops growing, which does decrease things a little bit, but overall I feel like I am working on getting things increasing pretty good. I've also been able to get all but one of the extra skills after you max out all of your skills, so that's also been good. I think the only one I have left to pick is the fishing one, so maybe another month of playing will allow me to earn that one too. While I did play Stardew Valley mostly by myself with the Stardew Expanded mod, I did also play a little bit on the PlayStation 4 this month as well. Our family decided we would start our own co-op farm. We haven't made it very far yet since we've only played one night, but it was just a little bit more Stardew Valley goodness that I added to my month. Sadly, it was after I put out the video talking about my favorite local multiplayer games, but maybe when I update the list sometime, I'll have a lot more experience playing that mode on Stardew Valley, and we'll see where that ends up on my list. Moving on from story games, I'll be focusing on games that I call endless games. These are games that don't have clear-cut endings. They can be online PvP, arcade, sandbox, creative, simulation, or party games. Some of these are games I enjoy quite a bit and keep playing off and on, while others are ones that I play for a season and then move on from. There are also games that we'll play as a family off and on depending on the month. For February, this list doesn't really have a lot of variety. Everything here is pretty unsurprising if you've seen one of these videos before, and we just played fewer games than normal in this category. I think it's just we've been busy, we haven't really had a lot of nights open to be able to play together as a family, and it just means that we kind of tend to focus in on the games that we like the most and haven't been able to play quite as much instead of having a wide variety of games. And the first endless game is Fortnite. February saw the end of Chapter 6 Season 1 and the start of Chapter 6 Season 2. I enjoyed last season quite a bit overall. While it was a season that I felt we didn't get to play quite as much compared to others, I still enjoyed it and was able to get all but the last color of super levels by the end of the season. The new season hasn't been out for super long, but I've enjoyed what we've played so far. I like the heist feel and have found everything to be pretty good so far. It's hard to say how I'll feel about things as the season progresses, but for now, I do like the new season and will look forward to playing it more. Second endless game is Marble Snap. It's largely been a pretty standard month for me in Marble Snap. While I was able to make it into the rank 80 range at the very end of last season, I'm back to being in the late 70s and getting stuck. Like I'll get really close to getting into 80 and then I'll lose a bunch of games and be back down to like 77 or something. So that's just kind of how this season's been going for me. I also finished up earning my Conquest variant as well, so it's pretty much been a normal month. A few days ago though, a new game mode came out called Sanctum Showdown. Overall, I do like this game mode. mode, but I kind of feel like earning the rewards is a super huge grind and will get old very quickly. We do get a couple of weeks to grind at the mode, but still, to earn a lot of those rewards will be super hard and probably be kind of frustrating that, you're playing so much and earning not as much as you'd like. Lastly, I did get a fair amount of new cards during the month as well. I was able to get Makari, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Namora, Joaquin Torres, Falcon, Rocket Raccoon and Groot, Gorgon, and Laufey. Pretty happy with the new cards that I was able to gain this month. Next month is looking to be a good month for new cards as well, due to the event going on. And while I might not go after Uncle Ben, there are also pools to try to get a random 4 or 5 series cards. So that's probably the way I'll go. I also have 3 spotlight keys in reserve for a good month of cards that I don't already have. So we'll see when a week like that pops up. Third endless game is NGU Idol. So I'm still working my way through evil difficulty in the game. I was able to finish a few challenges this month, get a new equipment set, and I'm knocking out upgrades in perks, quirks, and wishes. So I am making progress. Do I wish I was making a bit quicker of progress? Yeah, but at least I feel like I'm in a pretty good place where each month I feel like there's actual progress going on. My hope moving forward is to knock out some more challenges and hopefully get another equipment set fully upgraded next month. I'm currently working on getting the next adventure location and earning the equipment there over time. So hopefully by the end of March I'll have that all fully leveled and upgraded so that it'll boost my stats a little bit more. And hopefully I will be able to take out the next big Titan boss as well if I can do this and get everything leveled up enough. I'm not sure I'll be quite strong enough from the new equipment or not, but that's the hope. Fourth endless game is Marvel Rivals. We're in the second half of Season 1 for Marvel Rivals, and I continue to have a lot of fun with the game. We just recently got The Thing and Human Torch added to the roster, and they seem to be pretty fun to play with. I'm not great at melee characters, so The Thing is a bit of a struggle for me, but I've enjoyed the couple times that I've tried him out, and I've also enjoyed playing the Human Torch. He seems to be quite fun to play. I don't often get to play as DPS because I do try to fill in with support or Vanguard when I need to, so I don't often get to play the DPS characters as much, but both of these characters seem like they're quite a little bit of fun, and while The Thing may never be my favorite Vanguard character, I still haven't minded playing him the couple of times I've tried him out. Overall, I'm just still pretty impressed with Marvel Rivals, and it has become a regular game that our family plays together and enjoys quite a bit. And the last endless game for February is Ultimate Chicken Horse. We haven't played this much this month, but we did get a play in early this month. Ultimate Chicken Horse is still a lot of fun for us to create death trap courses to try to survive. We are also working to unlock all the content of the game while we play. While I don't think that we would need that aspect to have fun, it definitely adds a little extra to find new levels or costumes to play with. Although we're getting to the point where some of the new levels are a little difficult, and so they may not always be the most exciting for us because they can get a little frustrating at times. In terms of trophies, the trophy game for February continues to be the same as what I was working on in January, and that game is Ys Origin. I was able to earn a trophy from finally grinding out one of my characters to max level early in February. The rest of the month was spent trying to beat all of the arena levels in nightmare difficulty. I did accomplish this, but unfortunately the trophy didn't pop. I don't really know what I'll need to do to get that to work right, but hopefully it will not take too much more work to get it to actually pop up. I'm hoping that I don't have to beat the hardest arena level again, but that might be what I have to do. Once I figure that out and get that trophy, I'll probably start working through the first nightmare playthrough with one of the characters. I do feel like Ys Origin will be a game that I'm seeking the trophies for quite some time. It's not going to be an easy cleanup of the last few trophies that I need, so we'll see if I get them all or whether I take a break and try to go after some trophies in another game. I'm guessing I'll try to stick with this as long as I'm feeling like I'm making progress, but we'll see. And that's what I played in February. I was able to get a couple store games finished, which was super nice. I know that next month probably won't be that successful, but I will take the win for this month. How about you? What have you been playing in February? Let me know in the comments, as it's always fun to see what others are playing and if you would recommend what you've been playing. I hope everyone had a great month and that you've been playing games that you enjoy. That's all for now though, so I'll see you in the next video.